to read this text. This is text for my preparation to UTBK test, and I want to read this for my preparation for EPT test because I want to pass this EPT test only one shot. Okay, so I think this is from Alternative. I don't know this is real from Alternative or not because I get it from Twitter and I don't know what is the symbol of this, and I want to read. Sorry if my pronunciation or my speaking is still bad, but I want to read this. Embalming recipes used on Egyptian mummies at ancient workshop near Pyramid Tikot. Mix, mix exotic tree resin with cheddar or juniper oil. Add some castor oil, animal fats, or beeswax. Then apply to the head. Around 2500 years ago, this aromatic cocktail was used by ancient Egyptian undertakers to send their dead into the afterlife. The recipe is based on the analysis of traces of ingredients found of funerary plots excavated from an ancient embalming workshop at Saqqara near the pyramid of King Yunus south of Cairo. Each pot was inscribed with specific instructions on how to use the ingredients, such as put on the head or bandage or embalm with it. The discovery, reported today in the journal Nature, provides a unique insight into the ritual process of mummification. Said study co-author Philip Stockhammer of the Max Planck Institute of Geoanthropology. The Egyptians wrote so many things, but they have no book of embalming, Professor Stockhammer said. The key thing from our analysis was to understand which substance was behind what and how these substances were combined and targeted for different parts of the body, along with uncovering the secret recipes. The analysis revealed how the use of exotic ingredients in the business of the drove trade network from as far away as Southeast Asia. The embalming of the dead shaped the connectivity of the living. Professor Stockhammer said the workshop in the UNESCO World Heritage List Saqqara site was discovered in 2016 by studying co-author, the late Egyptian archaeologist Ramdan Hussein. This was the first embalmers workshop ever found, Professor Stockhammer said. The workshop was testament to the industrial nature of the funeral industry that serviced the upper echelon of Egyptian society between 664 BC and 525 BC, along with gilt silver masks, mummies, and sarcophagi were the remains of mud brick structure and hundreds of ceramic used in the embalming process. On the top level was the embalmer's workroom, or ibu, where organs were removed and the body placed in a solution for up to 70 days to suck out all the moisture. Then the body was washed and dropped down a 13-meter shaft into the submarine embalming room or webet, where it was salted with substance mixed in the careful label post. The labels were crucial to ensure the ritual, which was often supervised by priests, was followed to the letter. If you didn't do it correctly, the external existence of the corpse was in danger, Professor Stockhammer said. Once a night, the mummies were dropped down another 30-meter shaft where they were buried, depending on their fitness in single or communal chamber. Karen Sawoda, director of the Australian Centre for Egyptology at Macquarie University, said the workshop filled a missing piece in our understanding of Egyptian mummification. We have wool, sand, we have tests, we have the mummified bodies from which we can draw information, but the missing piece of this puzzle has always been the embalming workshop, said Dr. Sawada, who was not involved in the research, to see the whole package with the workshop, to be able to analyze the chemicals in situ, to see the instruction given is unique, to understand what substances were used. Maxim Roget of the University of Tübingen, Germany, worked with colleges at the National Research Center in Egypt to analyze 31 of the 121 bowl and breakers excavated from the site. Using a technique known as gas chromatography mixed with mass spectrometry, they were able to identify specific molecules that had shaped into each vessel. The technique involves drilling small amounts of material out of the inside of the vessel. To permission is needed to use it on ancient artifacts, but it is good for analyzing fatty acids, said Paul Haynes of Macquarie University, a chemist who specializes in bioarchaeological analysis. See you at the second day of learning for EPT test.